Eureka.
Hey, what's up everyone, this is Dante's Analysis and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also click on the notification button for any new videos I'm going to be releasing in the future. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be reviewing an album called Good to Know by JoJo. And this album came out on May 1st, 2020. And before I get into the actual meaning and track listings of the album, I'm actually going to give a brief little history on how JoJo started out her career. JoJo is an American singer, songwriter, and actress. She began performing in singing competitions and local talent shows from a young age. In 2003, she was discovered by Vincent Herbert after she competed on the television show on America's Most Talented Kids and asked her to audition for his record label, Blackout Records. Having signed with them the same year, JoJo released her infamous debut album called JoJo in June of 2004. It peaked at number 4 on the US Billboard 200 and was certified platinum by Recording Industry Association of America, or for short, the RIAA, selling over 4 million copies worldwide to date. With her debut single Leave Get Out peaking at Billboard Pop Songs charts, JoJo became the youngest solo artist in history to top the charts at age 13. The song peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100s and was certified gold by the RIAA, along with its follow-up single Baby It's You. And once that, and also JoJo released her second album, which also did really well. But once she was preparing her third album, that's when she started having disputes with her label because the label wouldn't release her music. The label was like delaying her. She was basically like stuck in her contract. She wasn't able to get out. So she was able to release 2 mixtapes independently. She didn't really gain any money for that. At this time, this was a very difficult time for JoJo because this is when she started feeling depressed and also started drinking a lot. And her lawyers were basically telling her like, hey, like, you're gonna have to come up with a plan B because there's no way to get out of this contract. So over those years, like, JoJo has been like just fighting her record label just to get out. And it's actually really cool that how she kept on persevering because she wanted to keep her singing career alive. So I think like 1 year, like, her lawyer was actually able to find like a little hole in her contract, and that's how she was able to break free from it. And moving on to that, JoJo signed with Atlantic Records in 2014 and released her first commercially extended play 3. 2015, while her studio album Mad Love in 2016 finally materialized, becoming her third top 10 album on Billboard. JoJo left Atlantic the following year and founded her own record label called Clover Music through a joint venture with Warner Records, where she re-recorded and re-released her debut and sophomore albums as the label's first project in December of 2018, and that's how we come to today when JoJo is preparing to release this album. Also, going on to the meaning behind JoJo's project called Good to Know. This is an interview with Billboard, and she explained why she titled this album that. And she said, I call the album Good to Know because of everything I've learned in the past. Piece of feedback, criticism, internal or external, whatever it is, it's all just information, and it's all good. I've been lucky to have the space to reflect on my own journey up to now, and I hope people can take comfort in the fact that I'm nowhere near perfect, and I will never sugarcoat anything. We are all constantly living and learning, and that's what makes this life so fun. When I heard like the meaning behind JoJo's new project, Good to Know, it's actually really cool how when you make a mistake at something and you go to a friend and tell them about that mistake, and the friend will like correct you and tell you like, oh, you should do it this way instead of what you did. And once you take that information in, you'll most likely respond by saying, oh, good to know, thank you for telling me that, so I can implement that and use that for the next time when I'm ever in this situation again. So that's actually really cool. So getting to the album, going on to the producers of this album are Sir Dylan and Doc McKinney, Lido, Noise Club, Plus, Faye Meja, Beat Gods, Dat Boy Squeeze, 30 Rock, and John Lennox. So those are the producers of the album. And going on to the track list, this album has like 9 songs. So the first song is So Bad, 2 is Pedialyte, 3 is Gold, 4 is Man, 5 is Small Things, 6 is Lonely Hearts, 7 is Thinking About You, 8 is Comeback Remix featuring 30 Rock and Tory Lanez, and 9 is Don't Talk Me Down. And also when I went back to see the album actually had like a physical copy too, and with the physical album it actually has an intro and outro. So it's actually really cool how it was actually kind of interesting to see how JoJo kept the intro and outro out of the digital release but kept it in the physical. I guess because she knows that her fans buy more physical copies, and that's where she added the intro and outro. I'm not too sure, but either way, the album is still very solid. The writing is good in this project. The production is A1. I could definitely say like my favorite songs from this project are Pedialyte, Man, Small Things, Lonely Hearts, Comeback featuring 30 Rock and Tory Lanez, and Don't Talk Me Down. And the one song that I could say is my top favorite out of everyone is Comeback featuring 30 Rock and Tory Lanez. I don't know, I just feel like with that song, like JoJo and Tory Lanez chemistry throughout that whole song was complete fire, and the whole vibe and production of the song was cool, and also the video is out on YouTube, so you could go check it out. It's actually very dark and mysterious. It just gives you the vibes like, ooh, something's gonna happen next, and it's really cool. Man was actually pretty cool. There was one part where JoJo says, "I need a man." I don't know. That was terrible, but I'm not a great singer. But the way how she did that was actually like really cool. Let me see if I can do it better. I need a man. Something like that. It was actually like really cool. And the way how she was able to flow throughout that, through like the whole, I think that was like the chorus of the song. The way how she was able to groove and flow through that was actually really dope. And also with her vocalization, with reaching like higher notes and reaching like the falsetto was actually like really dope and cool. And like she's very talented. I'm actually very glad that she's stuck with music and didn't have to resort into doing something that she didn't want to do for the rest of her life. So I'm actually really glad that she's stuck around and persevered through those hard times. And the one thing that I didn't really like with this project is that it was so short. I kind of wish it had like at least 2 more songs. I would say 3, but 3 would be dragging it out too much. So I would say like a good 2 more songs, and it would have been perfect. So but still, it's still a good album. But that's really the only thing I disliked with this album. So for this album, I'm actually gonna give it a good 8.5 out of 10. Going back again, I like the writing, the production was solid, the different vocalizations that JoJo displays on each song is actually really cool. The way how she plays with words and just make it very groovy and just make it sound like it's hers is actually really cool, and it's dope. And Comeback is like my favorite track with Tory Lanez. I'm actually so glad she picked Tory Lanez because Tory Lanez is a very talented individual. So yeah, also I like the last track, Don't Talk Me Down, but the pianos, and once you listen to the song, it actually does sound like, okay, this is actually gonna come to a close. And yeah, that's actually really cool. Actually, to be honest, I actually really do like the ordering of the songs and how, I mean, some songs you get like slow and up tempo, but with the last song, you definitely get the feeling like, okay, this is it. After this song, the album's done. So I actually really enjoy that. I'm actually can't wait for her JoJo's next release, or from her next album or her next song later down the line. Again, I'm gonna give JoJo's album called Good to Know an 8.5 out of 10. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.